disconnect from law enforcement and the community. When you start connecting each other and start educating, because everybody wants to feel safe. And in order for people to feel safe, we got to work together, not against each other. So we are taking that proactive stand to extend that olive branch, to start reeling people in and bringing them to the table. How can we help? This is what we got to offer, and this is what we got to educate.
I believe that is one of the keys, because I do believe crime can be reduced, not just throughout the nation, not just in our counties, but the disconnect. The disconnect. I think the disconnect is key to dispelling my beloved brother's opinion. The disconnect. What are some of the things besides your Facebook? Talk a little bit about your partnerships. The little bit of nuts and bolts about a little bit about those partnerships.
I will have to say you guys did something in a partnership like the Red Shoe event or something like that. Where you had the function where you guys, the guys were wearing the red shoes. I think you had.
That wasn't a partnership.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you definitely going in the wrong direction. But that was a benefit.
Okay.
That we did to support a cause. I think it was for cancer.
Okay. All right.
And it got people to come together. It was a partnership too.
Okay.
To raise money to benefit cancer victim and find a cure for cancer.
Okay.
Where all the men had to come out called Walk a Mile in My Shoes.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that once a year. To put on high heels and see how it feels to walk in female shoes. But some of the partnerships we must do is we have a department in our division called Community Service Division.
Okay.
And what those individuals does is headed up by Deputy Chief Perry Martin and Captain Joseph Daughtry, who's also
Perry Martin.
Yeah, he's officer friendly.
Yeah.
Captain Joseph Daughtry, who's our public information officer.
Right.
Those individuals have crime prevention officers assigned to them that they send out in the community like tentacles to try to find out what the issues are and try to bring them back to the table to try to resolve those issues and go back into the community to try to deflate and decrease the crime issues in those areas, whether it's attending a neighborhood association meeting or taking a neighborhood and bringing them together to develop a neighborhood association meeting. A neighborhood association, because we feel like now neighbors need to be nosy. You need to know who your neighbors are. You need to know what car belongs to what driveway, and when you know that, we'll know that.
Right.
Well,
that
I would
helps
tell
us
you
to
this,
come out more.
when we come back from break, we'll be back in just a moment. We'll touch more on the neighborhood associations, but we'll be right back with more Good Twin, Bad Twin.
For more information on Good Twin, Bad Twin Unleashed, email goodtwinbadtwin_unleashed@yahoo.com or log over to Facebook and type in Good Twin, Bad Twin.
Shout out to Jeremiah 8:12, chapter 10, verse, book of Zechariah. He prophesied about.
Tonight's guest is Sheriff Tyrone Lewis of the Hinds County Sheriff Department. For more inquiries, call 601-974-2900 or log on to Facebook and type in Hinds County Sheriff and like their page. Good Twin, Bad Twin Unleashed, brought to you by In the Mix, a production of Peaches of On Location TV.
We'd like to welcome you back to Good Twin, Bad Twin Unleashed, where we are your host,
Alden and Calvin.
Okay. Well, we were joined again with Hinds County Sheriff Tyrone Lewis.
Yes.
Now, we'd like to welcome you back again. And before the break, we were discussing the partnerships that you guys have with the community. Okay, because I guess we were talking again on the subject of can you really reduce crime in the city of Jackson. Of course, my naive brother believes that you can. However, I believe differently. But I do support what you're doing. And some of the things, again, you said you had some partnerships.
Let's talk about the program so that, because I'm of the opinion that you can reduce crime, not just in the city, but throughout the county where you work.
Right, I was going to make that correction. We're not just reducing crime in the city of Jackson, but we're reducing crime all over Hinds County.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we're going beyond Hinds County. And when you talk about partnerships, we develop partnerships in the metro area with the other law enforcement agencies because You have a new sheriff in Rankin County, you have a new sheriff in Madison County, and myself.
Okay.
You have a partnership that has never taken place before. And why we do that? Because crime doesn't have boundaries.
It does not.
So we don't need boundaries neither. They deal with the same issues that we deal with. We borderline each other.
Right.
So we have to have that communications to be able to have a relationship and partnership. So if somebody commit a crime on County Line Road at the Hilton and go across to the Wendy's on the other side, that's Rankin County.
That's Rankin County, Roger.
So if he commit a crime over there, he get a double dose of jail time because the partnership that we have with each other.
Okay, good deal.
It's vice versa over in Rankin County with Sheriff Brian Bailey. And just to say this, if it wasn't, and I think everybody has been keeping up with the Sheriff Department and the issues that they've been having, the challenges that we've been having with the jail and things of that nature. And we just had a serious issue with the jail.
Okay.
And if it had not been for those relationships and those partnerships, working with the other law enforcement agencies, that situation could have turned out worse than what it was.
Right.
So it pays to have relationships and partnerships. But yes, crime can be reduced. It will be reduced. It will be reduced, but with partnerships and relationships, with the different programs that we have in place, with the educational components that we have in place. And some of those things are, we started what we call an About Face program.
Okay.
That program is made up of a couple of inmates that have a story and a testimony to tell.
Okay.
We take them to different communities, vacation Bible schools, summer camp programs, and hopefully we can get inside some of the schools to take these inmates around and tell their story on what led them to be where they are, to try to prevent others from being where they are.
Okay.
It's been very successful, but while it's on my mind, for those that do not have a computer, to follow us on Facebook or Twitter. We would love for you to call in and invite us to some of these programs. You can call our office.
Okay, what's the number?
601-974-2900.
Okay.
That's if you don't have a computer, you can reach us and ask for the Community Service Division, Deputy Chief Perry Martin, or either Captain Joseph Daughtry. We'll make sure we can get those services to you.
Okay. And that was 601?
601-974-2900, 2900.
Okay.
That's the number to the Sheriff Department. And I find out as I go through this county that people never had that number. They didn't know how to call the Sheriff's Department.
I would tell you that it was all you knew was it was Big Bag Mac.
We like Sheriff McMillan, but
yeah, we like him too, but now it's Big Bag Lewis. And we're being more accessible, and we're being more proactive. What we're doing, we're taking up where he left off at.
Roger.
And we're trying to move to the next phase with technology, programs, education. But I really encourage people to take advantage of that About Face program.
What's the About Face program? And you also mentioned a little bit about battered women earlier too.
Yeah, I got that information wrong when you talked about walk a mile in my shoes. That was not for a cure for cancer. It was for money and to benefit the domestic violence coalition. So that money goes to battered women, shelters and things of that nature. But we do participate in events and fundraisers for cancer as well.
But about your About Face program, what is it about the About Face program?
Well, it's most people will compare it to like a Scared Straight program.
Right.
But this is not a Scared Straight program. We're not trying to scare individuals.
Okay.
We're trying to give people the facts on if they commit a crime. Their lives is going to be put on hold.
Okay.
You know, your freedom is gone. If you're if you're 16 or 15-year-old and you're used to wearing Nikes, you're used to going to the mall, you have all kind of freedom. You can go to McDonald's when you get out of school. When you're locked up, you can't.
Right. See, my thing is with young people now, they bad. And when I say bad, they're kind of tough. Scaring them is not. If you're gonna give them an option, that's what I like about your program. You're talking about using Facebook and Twitter and the things that they're using to reach them and give them options, even with your About Face program. Because if you don't reach them, that's how, in my opinion, that's even with your community outreach program. When you make the community feel associated or a part of it, connected, like you said.
And we have, since you mentioned youth, We have several youth programs. We got a school resource officers program in the county where we have officers assigned to different schools to go in and educate them on crime prevention, and the Eddie Eagle program for the little ones,
Yes, sir.
and the DARE programs for the larger kids that teach them the consequences of using drugs and why it's not good to use drugs or alcohol. So we have senior citizens program, our triad program, where we go in and talk with the seniors on how to stay safe when they're out and about.
Okay.
So we're very pleased about that. And I know we can't get everything in this 30-minute segment. That's why we want to refer people to our Facebook page.
Roger.
We want to refer people again to our phone number, 601-974-2900. Like us on Facebook and give us some feedback. And we're very open to feedback as well. A lot of our tips, a lot of our big drug busts that we made came off of Facebook.
Okay.
That means that person was anonymous. They don't have to be known, but they help solve crime.
Right.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. I will concede. I can say today, only today. But I would like to say thank you for coming on the table. We really appreciate it.
Right.
And
Thank you.
we are big proponents of you, and we would say that we really want to say thank you for coming out again.
Okay.
Right.
And a good twin, bad twin closing thought is that we're all part of the community. We're not different or separate or above anyone else. We all have a role to play. We're all significant. We have a part to play.
Right.
And involvement, whether it's from a sheriff standpoint of view or whether it's from just a community person point of view, it does make an impact and it does make a difference.
Right.
And again, like Cal said, we thank you for coming out and joining us.
Well, we'd like to also invite you to come to join us on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we do have our Facebook show. Good Twin, Bad Twin is there as well. We like, again, just Tyrone Lewis today. And so in closing, we just again say, I still believe that we can't, but we
can make a difference. See Mr. Lewis's Facebook page.
Exactly.
Get involved in the community.
That's right.
I'm
And look for some
going
Twin
in,
Bad.
I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, for my Lord, for my